The 1952 D wheat penny, minted at the Denver Mint and marked by the small d beneath the date, stands today as one of the most fascinating coins in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. While billions of wheat pennies were minted throughout the series' lifespan, only a small number of specific dates and mint marks, like the 1952 D, have reached market values that soar into the five figures, with some high-grade, rare examples, recently valued at up to $32,000. What could cause a 1-cent copper coin from the early 1950s to become such a highly prized collector's item? The answer lies in a combination of historical context, rarity and mint condition, special error varieties, collector demand, and the undeniable allure of owning a coin that bridges everyday American life with the art of numismatics. First, it's important to understand the legacy of the wheat penny. Officially known as the Lincoln Cent, this design was introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait and quickly became iconic, with the wheat ears reverse, created by Victor David Brenner, becoming a symbol of American coinage itself. The reverse design, two wheat stalks encircling the words 1 cent and United States of America, was a tribute to American agriculture and prosperity. By 1952, the wheat penny had been in circulation for over 4 decades and was a staple in every American's pocket. The 1952 D wheat penny was struck in large numbers, over 746 million to be exact. But finding one in perfect mint state condition, particularly MS67 red or higher, is an entirely different story. This is where the coin becomes ultra-valuable. Most coins of the 1952 D variety went into everyday circulation, picked up the usual nicks, dings, and wear, and were soon forgotten as common change. However, a tiny handful were preserved immediately after striking, untouched by human hands, protected from oxidation, and stored in such pristine conditions that they retained their full fiery red luster and sharp strike. Coins in this perfect state, especially those graded MS67 red, RD, by grading authorities like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, are exceptionally rare. These high-grade examples have fetched $25,000 to $32,000 at auction, largely because of their rarity, visual appeal, and demand among collectors looking to complete registry sets of top-tier coins. For a registry collector, owning the finest known example of any given date and mint mark is the pinnacle of the hobby, and the 1952 D in MS67 red has proven to be one of the toughest Lincoln cents to find in perfect condition. Another reason for the high market value of the 1952 D wheat penny is the presence of rare minting errors and die varieties that can occur on this issue. Some examples have shown dramatic die cracks, cuds, off-center strikes, or even the elusive D over D repunched mint mark, RPM varieties, where the mint mark was stamped twice slightly off alignment. These errors are not just anomalies, they're celebrated by collectors for their uniqueness and are often worth hundreds or even thousands more than the base value of the coin, depending on the clarity and intensity of the error. Collectors deeply interested in error coins scour through countless Lincoln cents to identify these rare variants. When these error coins are also in mint state condition, especially those with strong doubling or sharp repunched mint marks, they can command extraordinary premiums and become centerpieces of advanced collections. For example, a 1952 D RPM with bold doubling and full red luster could easily exceed $30,000 in value depending on its grade and the auction setting. The composition of the 1952 D Lincoln wheat penny is also worth noting. It is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, which was the standard alloy for U.S. cents from 1864 until 1962, with the exception of the 1943 steel cents. Because of its high copper content, these coins have also gained attention from both metal value speculators and collectors alike, particularly as precious metals markets fluctuate. However, it's the numismatic value, not the melt value, that truly defines the worth of these coins. And in this case, the numismatic value skyrockets when the coin possesses rich original red coloration, no visible contact marks, and sharp strike detail across Lincoln's cheek, beard, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Adding to its value is the coin's historical significance. The early 1950s were a period of post-war growth and transformation for the United States. The coin, though modest in its face value, circulated during a time of optimism, industrial expansion, and the rising middle class. Each penny from that era holds a story of being in a soldier's pocket, buying a piece of candy, or being saved as a lucky token. The emotional and historical connection to coins from this period increases their collectability, and coins like the 1952D become more than just metal. They become links to a collective national past. The coin's obverse, designed by Brenner, continues to hold emotional and symbolic weight, especially for collectors who value the continuity of design that persisted through most of the 20th century, only replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. In 1959, as with all high-value coins, authentication and grading are key. Without certification from reputable third-party services like PCGS or NGC, it can be difficult to confirm whether a coin is truly high-grade or just appears so to the naked eye. Serious buyers are rarely willing to risk large amounts of money on uncertified coins. These grading services evaluate coins under strict conditions, assign a grade from 1 to 70 on the Sheldon scale, and determine designations like brown, BN, red-brown, RB, or red, RD, based on the coin's surface color. A 1952D graded MS67 read by PCGS or NGC is among the finest known specimens and often has a population of fewer than 10 coins, making it a major prize. The demand for such certified coins continues to grow as collectors compete to own the finest. Examples. The popularity of wheat pennies as a whole has been booming, and many collectors now aim to complete full date and mint mark sets. This naturally increases competition for better dates and high-grade coins like the 1952D. Furthermore, modern media coverage of valuable coins, combined with the rise of social platforms, YouTube coin channels, and TikTok numismatic influencers, has created a new generation of coin enthusiasts who now understand that a common-looking coin might be worth tens of thousands of dollars. This has led to more people checking their pocket change, old jars, inherited collections, and even estate sales in search of these overlooked treasures. In summary, the 1952D wheat penny, with its market value of $32,000, stands out as a rare and desirable gem in the Lincoln Cent series. Its extreme rarity and high mint state condition, coupled with the potential for valuable error varieties, rich red luster, and historical appeal, makes it a highly sought-after piece among collectors. The surge in popularity of Lincoln wheat cents, paired with growing competition in registry set collecting, has only added fuel to the fire. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner exploring your first coin collection, the 1952D wheat penny represents both a fascinating slice of American history and an extraordinary opportunity for financial and cultural investment. A coin that was once used to buy bubblegum can now buy a brand new car, or even serve as a down payment on a house, demonstrating the remarkable world of coin collecting and the surprising hidden value that lies in the palm of your hand. Next up, the 1985D Washington quarter dollar, minted at the Denver Mint and bearing the D Mint mark, has recently gained significant attention in the numismatic community due to certain extraordinary specimens that have reached market values as high as $92,000. At first glance, this coin may seem like an everyday piece of pocket change, as hundreds of millions were struck in 1985. Yet beneath its common appearance lies a rare collectible that has stunned collectors and investors alike. The 1985D quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Like most quarters struck after 1965, it is composed of a copper-nickel-clad combination rather than silver. It has a weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge. The obverse features the iconic left-facing bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with inscriptions such as "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 1985. The reverse displays an eagle with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath it, along with the words, "United States of America," "E pluribus unum," and "quarter dollar." While this design remained consistent for decades, what truly sets the 1985D quarter apart is the rarity of high-grade examples and the presence of elusive minting errors that can skyrocket the coin's value to astonishing levels, such as the $92,000 paid for a specimen that met both perfect condition standards and extraordinary rarity characteristics. What makes the 1985D quarter so valuable is not its face value or metallic content. but rather the perfect convergence of condition, scarcity, and collector demand. Although over 519 million quarters were minted at the Denver facility in 1985, very few were saved in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most were released into circulation, where they experienced immediate wear and handling damage. Only a handful of these coins survived in mint state 67 or higher, MS 67+, and these examples are exceptionally rare. Coins graded by top agencies such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, with MS 67 or better command a huge premium at auctions and private sales. In fact, one flawless, sharply struck 1985 D quarter, with brilliant luster and no visible marks, recently achieved the record-breaking price of $92,000 due to its condition and rarity. The pursuit of such high-grade examples is driven largely by registry set collectors, who compete to assemble the highest-graded complete sets by date and mint mark. The difficulty in obtaining a perfect 1985 D quarter pushes its value far beyond what anyone might expect from a coin minted in such large numbers. Aside from condition rarity, the 1985 D quarter is also famous for certain unique minting errors that elevate its numismatic status. These errors, when dramatic and visually striking, are highly sought after by error coin specialists. Among the most valuable are off-center strikes, double die errors, die clashes, broad strikes, and struck through grease or other foreign materials. For example, a double die obverse, DDO, on a 1985 D quarter, where inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust appear visibly doubled, can command premium prices. Even more valuable are off-center errors where the coin's design is significantly misaligned, but the date and mint mark remain visible. These types of errors are extremely rare on this year in mint, making them highly desirable. A spectacular example of a broad-struck 1985 D quarter, where the coin expanded beyond its intended boundaries due to the absence of a collar during minting, contributed to one record-setting sale. Errors like these, particularly when found on uncirculated coins, or those with sharp detail and strong eye appeal, have pushed the coin's market value toward the $92,000 mark in high-profile auctions. Additionally, the historical and transitional context of the mid-1980s adds to the appeal of this quarter. The 1980s represented a period of major shifts in both the economy and minting technology. Inflation was high in the early part of the decade, and the U.S. Mint was adapting to increasing demand for coinage while managing costs. This resulted in several mechanical and quality control issues at various mint facilities, particularly with clad coins. The Denver Mint, although known for producing coins in high volume, did not always maintain the highest quality assurance standards during this era, which means finding flawless examples is exceptionally challenging. Moreover, no special collector versions, such as proof or silver editions, of the 1985 D quarter were issued, which places even more pressure on circulated and business strike examples to fill collector needs. This shortage of high-end specimens makes the Denver minted 1985 quarter one of the most elusive modern coins in mint state perfection, thus driving the market value ever higher. Collectors and investors are also increasingly interested in modern-era coins from the late 20th century, especially those that are unexpectedly rare and top condition. This growing trend, fueled by online numismatic communities, auction platforms, and educational YouTube channels, has elevated coins like the 1985 D quarter to star status. Previously overlooked by collectors who focus primarily on pre-1965 silver coins or 19th century classics, modern clad coinage is now experiencing a renaissance. This shift is powered by a combination of affordable entry points, surprising value discoveries, and registry competition. The concept of hidden treasures in pocket change excites collectors of all experience levels, particularly when a coin that once bought a piece of candy can now pay for a luxury car or house payment. The story of a 1985 D quarter valued at $92,000 serves as a shining example of how even recent coins can achieve monumental status when rarity, demand, and condition align. Equally important in determining the quarter's value is grading and authentication. Coins must be certified by reputable grading agencies to reach their full market potential. Collectors and investors place immense trust in the MS mint state grading scale, where even 1-point differences can mean the difference between a few $100s and tens of thousands. A coin graded MS-66 might be worth $1,000, while an MS-67 example could fetch tens of thousands, particularly if it's the finest known. The top population examples, meaning the highest graded known specimens of a particular date and mint mark, are often at the center of intense bidding wars. Thus, having your coin graded and slabbed by PCGS or NGC not only authenticates its status, but can also unlock its true financial value. It is this combination of professional grading, visual perfection, and extreme rarity that led to a 1985 D quarter achieving a sale price of $92,000. A staggering amount that has sparked new interest in carefully examining even the most overlooked coins in one's collection. In conclusion, the 1985 D Washington quarter dollar is far more than a simple 25-cent coin. It's a modern numismatic marvel that represents the surprising potential of everyday coinage to transform into a highly valuable asset. With a recorded market value of up to $92,000, this coin exemplifies the powerful influence of condition rarity, minting errors, historical relevance, and evolving collector trends. It challenges traditional assumptions about modern clad coins and invites collectors to look deeper, inspect closer, and preserve better. The Denver Mint's 1985 issue, despite its massive mintage, has become a symbol of hidden value, drawing attention not only from lifelong numismatists, but also from new collectors hoping to uncover their own unexpected treasures. As interest in modern quarters continues to rise and top-graded examples become even scarcer, the 1985 D quarter stands as a testament to the thrill and potential of coin collecting, proving once again that in the world of numismatics, rarity isn't always about age. Sometimes it's about perfection, preservation, and being in the right place at the right time.